Oi, pessoal, de novo aqui no evento da Colômbia, no evento da Associação Colombiana de Professores de Inglês e também na 5ª Conferência da LAALTA, que é Language Testing Assessment, Latin American Association for Language Testing and Assessment, I'm sorry. And I have here with me Pryia Abeywickrama, who is a very important person in language assessment, so I have the honor and the pleasure to be here just next to her. And I just wanted to, hear from you what you do in terms of language assessment and what's your view of language assessment for the teachers that are there in the classroom.
Thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes. So for me, language assessment has always been an extension of teaching. So I always see, and that's in that sense, I think it's really important that as language teachers, we are knowledgeable of assessment and have assessment literacy. So that's, I think, a very important thing. In terms of language assessment, I'm really focused on classroom-based assessments and what kinds of assessments we can do to promote learning and move students forward in their learning. And because of that reason, in recent years, I've really investigated how things like grades and how we grade students impact their motivation to learn. And one of the things that I'm doing right now is employing what is called ungrading in my classroom. And ungrading essentially means giving students only feedback on their performance without a letter grade or a number or points or scores. And that helps students to focus more on my feedback and the things that they can do to then move themselves forward. So in addition to my feedback, I also ask students to reflect on their own learning. So after, say, for example, I teach a oral skills class, and in that oral skills class, after they give their first speech, I give them feedback and I ask them to watch their performance and write and reflect on things they felt they did well, things that they would like to work on, and then to set a goal for the next speech. And so that helps students to sort of move forward with not only my feedback, but all. And so the idea of the grade or the points or what the mark is sort of not the focus of the performance. It's really about what they did, how they did, what they learned from doing that performance, and hopefully that information will help them then decide what to do next in the next iteration of learning.
That's
so
wonderful.
So for me, like I said, I really think assessment is sort of an extension of our teaching.
That's
and
true.
so I really try to couple it with our for teachers to think about it as instruction.
Right. Now, before we finish,
Yes.
any message for teachers to be? Because we've been working with teachers to be and trying to make them understand more about assessment.
Yes.
So what would you say to future teachers that are starting to learn about assessment?
So one is become literate, learn about how to assess what you're assessing, keeping in mind that it should be the focus of the students and what they do and not anything else, right? So really about their performance, what you can observe, what you can see.
Right.
That's number one. Number two, don't also shy away from assessment, because assessment is not something foreign to us. It's, as I said, it should be an extension of what you do, and it's not something that we do to students, but we do with students, right? And so I think in that sense, consider it part of your teaching, right? Become literate and make it part of your teaching.
Thank
Two
you so
things.
much.
You're
It's an
welcome.
honor talking to you.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Bye-bye. Thank you.